it's my word. So he goes up to the Taekwondo fighters and he says, okay guys, you win. I'll fight you. And I won't fight you one at a time. I'll fight you both at the same time. The Taekwondo fighters thought they had it made. They're like, yeah, we're going to kick his butt. We're going to fight him both at the same time. We're going to kick his butt. But the Taekwondo master said, but I'm not going to do it here. Because it's too small, and if we have to fight here, somebody's going to get hurt. So I tell you what, I will row you. We'll get in a boat, and I will actually physically row you over to that island. And we'll get off on the boat, and we'll get onto the island, and we'll fight over there. Taekwondo fighters again, man. They're like, this is too good to be true. Not only are we going to get to fight him together, 2-on-1, but we're going to fight him after he's tired from rowing us all the way over there. Man, we're going to kick his butt. They thought they had it made. They're like, yeah, this is great. Right? I mean, because that's what bullies do, right? They think they got it made, and they really look kind of stupid, don't they? So he rows them over there, and they're talking. I think the terminology would be they're talking smackdown, right? They're like, yeah, we're going to get him. You know, they're talking smack, okay? And so they jump out of it. They're so excited, right? And they know they're going to win because it's this old, gnarly, small, teeny, nasty-looking guy. He wasn't nasty looking, but he was small, right? And he was just meek, and he was humble, and he was in control of his emotions and his brain. And so they're like, yeah, man, we're going to just whoop up on that wall, right? And so they jump out of the boat, they're excited, they run up on the beach, and they strip off their jacket, and they had Korean swords at that time, so they pull their swords, and they're beating their chests, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna kick Papa's butt. We're just going to whoop this dude, right? Well, the Taekwondo master jumps out of the boat, and he's tired from rowing, and he jumps out, and he gets into the bow, he's in the water, and he's pretending like he's going to push the boat out to sea so that he can turn and fight. Meanwhile, they ran up on the beach, right? Because they're excited, they want to fight. Right? The Taekwondo master starts pushing the boat out to sea, and he gets faster and faster and faster. He runs and runs and runs. Then he jumps in the boat and starts rowing away. And so he leaves them on this island, right? And so these Taekwondo fighters, they're standing on the beach, jumping up and down, acting like idiots, and they're mad because they're screaming, oh, they went, wait a minute, you promised to fight us. And the Taekwondo master yells back and he says, I don't have to fight you. I have already defeated you with my mind. Do what? He was smart. He looked at the situation. He used self-discipline. He controlled his emotions. He controlled his body. And he won. When you have a confrontation, whether it's with one another, whether it's with a teacher, whether it's in school, maybe it's with your parents, the question you have to ask yourself is, do I really have to fight? You see, a Taekwondo master has this thing over here, and this is what we're getting into. They have this, Taekwondo masters have discipline and self-discipline. Okay? You must have both. I must have both. Guys, I've been doing Taekwondo for over 23 years. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for over 5 years. I've studied military short stick, which was the baton. Okay? I know how to hurt people. That's my job. And the more that I learn about how to defend myself, the more I learn how not to fight. How to use my mind. Discipline is when your teacher is Miss Linda, right?
Yes.
When Miss Linda says, go to your desk and get your reading assignment done, you say yes ma'am and you do it. That's discipline. Discipline is when your parents say clean your room. You say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, and you do it. Okay? But self-discipline is how you become a master. Self-discipline is when you know that there's going to be a reading assignment next week or tomorrow or whatever, and you do it ahead of time. Or you come in here and you sit down in front of your computers and you start on your assignment without having to be told. Because here's the thing. Raise your hand if you know what you want to be when you grow up. Raise your hand. What do you want to be?
A football player.
You want to be a football player, okay. What do you want to be? A veterinarian, okay. What do you want to be?
I want to be a fighter. Like you.
A taekwondo instructor, okay. What do you want to be? Cheerleader, okay. What do you want to be? Taekwondo instructor. What do you want to be?
Football.
Football player? Okay. Yes, ma'am?
Play for teams.
Oh, cool. Are you good at it? Okay. What do you want to be? You want to go into the Army? Okay. And you said you've been playing football for 3 years? Is that right? Did I get that right, sir? Okay. Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, does anybody have to tell you to practice? So, they don't have to, you get up and do it on your own, right? I mean, you go to practice, but sometimes at home, you practice on your own, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that true? Okay. So how good are you as a football player? Pretty good? Do you think you're a good football player because someone told you to practice every day? Or do you think you're a good football player because not only did you listen to what the coach said, but you also did it on your own? Do you choose to practice on your own? Okay, so is that what makes you better? Yeah, it is. See, when you choose, you want to be a veterinarian, right? Okay, 10 years from now when you're in college, do you think Miss Linda is going to be standing over you saying, read that book? Who's going to have to read that book? You are. And is that discipline or self-discipline? Self-discipline. Cheerleader, right? You want to be a cheerleader, is that right? Is that right? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have flips and cartwheels and stuff that you have to practice, right? Is that right? Okay, so you have a coach to help you with that, but do you practice some of that on your own? Okay, so both of them together make you what? A pretty good cheerleader, right? Very good, yes?
I've been playing cheerleading for 1 year.
1 year? So do you do cartwheels and flips and rolls and stuff like that too?
I don't know how to land on my feet just yet. And I don't do flips.
But you practice the handstands, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first time you practiced the handstand, was it pretty? It wasn't, was it? Right? The first time you went to throw a football, was it pretty?
No.
No, it wasn't, was it?
I was way over the guy's head.
Yeah, so if you'd have quit at that moment because you did it the first time and it didn't work, how long have you been playing football?
I've been playing football at my house with friends.
Okay, so the first time you played, was it pretty?
No.
No, it wasn't, was it? So you need self-discipline to get better. That's it. Nice job, sir. I appreciate that. Good. So you have two choices is what it boils down to. You can be a fighter. You can fight authority, you can fight your teacher, you can fight your parents, you can fight each other. You can waste all kinds of energy fighting everyone and everything. And truth be known, sometimes you do have to stand up. The Taekwondo master, did he stand up for himself and the others? Did he stand up for himself and the others?
Yeah.
He did, didn't he? But did he pick a fight?
No.
Or did he use discipline and self-discipline? He used self-discipline and discipline. Somebody started out telling him what was right, and then he began to practice what was right. You be anything you want to be. What do you want to be? Do you know yet? What do you like? Huh? You like horses? Is that what you said? Do you like horses? Okay. What do you like? You want to be a veterinarian. You want to be a football player. What do you want to be? Basketball? Okay. You want to be a cheerleader, right? Cheerleader, taekwondo, football, and army, okay? Let's pick on the army for a minute. Do you honestly think that the army is going to let you have anything but self-discipline? The army is all about self-discipline. So if you can't say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and then actually do it, and choose to do it on your own, you are not going to make it in the army. Okay? You can be anything you want to be, but you must have discipline and self-discipline. And I tell you what, you guys have been great listening to me today. So, Miss Linda, if they can learn to practice discipline and self-discipline, then I will give you free Taekwondo gift certificates so that they can take, it's normally a $20 value, but they can take 3 classes for a week. But they have to practice doing the right thing when they're told, and they have to practice doing the right thing when they're not told. So they have to do both. Okay?
Okay.
If they kick, if they punch, if they act like idiots, if they act basically like Taekwondo fighters, then they can't win. But let me ask you this. Do you want to be a Taekwondo fighter and fight everybody and everything and look stupid?
No.
Or do you want to be a Taekwondo master? Well, the choice is up to you. It's not me. You choose which you want to be. You choose, 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 you choose. You choose. I can't jump in your body and... Anybody ever said this phrase? He made me mad. Anybody ever had that happen to you before? Somebody makes you mad? Raise your hand if this ever happened. Made you mad. Okay, put your hand down. Okay, now let me ask you this. Who has ever had their mom make you clean your room? Really? You mean, I'm going to pick on you. You mean your mom jumped inside your body, took control of your arms and legs, and made you clean your room?
No.
Well, then she didn't make you clean your room, did she? The only thing she did was say, if you don't clean your room, you can't do this. Right. So you had a choice, didn't you? You could be grounded or clean your room. She can't make you do anything. All right? Well, the same thing is true about being mad or misbehaving. You can't point a finger at anybody else and say, he made me mad, or he made me upset, or he made me goof off. You can't do that.
You made your own stuff good.
You're right, I did. So, are you going to be a Taekwondo master and control your body and your mind and your self-discipline, or are you going to make excuses for yourself and fight everybody and everything? It takes practice. It takes practice. Did you guys have fun today?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you practice being Taekwondo masters by saying yes ma'am to Miss Linda? Does that sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. You have a question?
Do you know Jeffrey Long? Have you ever had him on
Jeffrey Long. My name is not.
what they call him, JR?
It's not ringing a bell. Sir. Yes ma'am. Huh? You did? What was your name? I remember you. Wow, you grew up. Well, why don't you come back and take class with me? We'd love to have you back. All right. Thank you very much for having me. Can you guys put your chairs back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.